So hi everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are going to do pickups and basic inventory for our game. So we had earlier had this door open from interacting with it, and I press F, you can see. Now I want us to be able to press F and pick up objects in the environment, right? So I'll go ahead and open our interaction systems. It's under blueprints, interactables, and there is base interactables. And also remember we had this interface function that allows us to interact with the object, basically called the function from anywhere. Now we notice that you might need to do some animations, maybe picking up animations and stuff like that, and I have considered them in our design. So to do pickups, I'll go ahead and grab our base interactable and do another category, another child, and I'll call it base pickup. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and create another folder and I'll name it pickups, and then I'll bring it right here, I'll move it right here. Then I'll do another folder also for pickups, and it's called data, because this is where basically we want to define all our data and all our, we basically want to create an inventory for our pickup. And to do that, now on the data, I will create more of a structure that allows us to put multiple data sets in one variable. And I'll go to blueprints, I'll bring a structure. Let me just do an enumeration first. This is just a list of items, and I'll call it list pickup. And then I'll open these up and I'll create a list of all the things that we want to pick up. So let's say if you want to pick up oranges, if you want to pick up electronic items, we'll add it there. So I'll open it up and I'll say, so depending on which category of your game you want to do, basically I can do okay, let's pick up electronic equipments. I'll say pick up batteries, pick up the batteries. I'll pick up motherboards, and the next item in my list would be maybe, I'd say, switch, and the list goes on. So you can do all the items that you want and basically have a long list that's longer than mine. So I'll go ahead and back to our pickup, and I'll add another variable now to represent what item I have picked up. So I'll go up and quickly create a variable, and I'll name it item category, and under the variable type I'll call the list pickup. Compile that, and you'll notice by default it's the batteries. So we want to be able to pick up these batteries when we're close to it. So remember, we can always add static meshes to represent our items. I've avoided adding the static meshes from the parent class because loading it will also load the static mesh, and once we don't need it, once we won't need it, it's not interesting to have a static mesh to our parent class. So I'll quickly save, and under the base pickup, I'll drop it right here. Or let me just quickly change this and do, instead of doing no need to change anything. I'll just do a pickup and drag it to our environment, and then I'll change this variable to be editable, and I'll change to spawn and expose. So once I compile that, when I go to the editor and select my batteries or anything on my base pickup, you can see I have the item category exposed. So I can select on the editor which item is it, and maybe need be, I can add a static mesh component to represent it. So I want us to be, once we are close to the pickup, we can do the same. And we'll go to our pickup and do this override of our interface function, that's the event pickup, and I want us to basically play an animation, play anim montage, and I want this animation to be played by the mesh of our character. So to show the pickup, I'll go ahead and get player character, and I'll get the mesh right down here and select. So on the interface graph, I want us to be able to destroy the actor, basically pick it up and add a statistic to our player. So I'll go ahead and do after completing, or maybe during a certain event, or maybe when interrupted, I'll destroy the actor. So you won't be able to pick it up again, but I want us to be able to add this item to our inventory, which will come later. So for now, let's just destroy it to show pickup. We can bypass the montage since right now we don't have the montage, but this is the basic setup that you need to follow. We'll reconnect this later, and when we go to our editor, hit play. Once we are close and we see there is the interact button, when we press, yeah, it does disappear and we picked it up, and that's pretty much it. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to add it to our inventory and basically show it later to our UI. And that's it. So if you find this content useful, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next video.